Good morning, this is Superdude channel and we're watching the Formula 1 Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai. Welcome to Superdude channel, this is Superdavedev. This is good morning from me watching the Formula 1 2024 Chinese Grand Prix. And so far we are just watching and waiting for the formation lap to complete. So the formation lap is completing and then we'll go racing. We will go racing as soon as the formation lap is completed. Whoa! And we're waiting for them to complete, get back to the start, their starting positions where they have to start from. So it seems Verstappen has never won at this Grand Prix. Hamilton 2019, Ricciardo I believe 2018. We have to wait and see what's gonna happen. Will Verstappen. We will have to wait and see if Verstappen can actually win in this game. Win in this game. If Verstappen can win his first Chinese Grand Prix. They say the Formula 1 Chinese Grand Prix is sold out. Because I believe it wasn't held there for 5 years. For 5 years, the Chinese Grand Prix was absent because of the whole COVID pandemic. Here we go, Verstappen is lining up at the starting grid. Yep, all the cars preparing. Yeah, so Zhou Guanyu is the only Chinese driver, so that's pretty interesting that they do have a Chinese driver. So we're just waiting for everybody to stop at the starting grid at their respective positions. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. We're about to get started. Dude, I just woke up, so I am literally still fast asleep trying to wake up. Dude, these guys are taking their sweet time at the back to line up. And it's almost green, and go! So we're going. Verstappen got a good start. Perez got not such a good start. Who is that? Is that Alonso? Alonso is going on the outside. Alonso is trying to pass even Verstappen. He already passed Perez. I think Alonso might actually challenge Verstappen, dude. So Verstappen is up into second place. Perez is now third. Oh, I'm telling you, Alonso is really trying to challenge them, man. So Alonso's up into second place. Verstappen is still first. Third is Perez. And then we've got Lando Norris in fourth, just looking on at what they're doing in front. Piastri is right behind Lando. Sorry, Norris. Piastri is a fifth. Russell 6, Hülkenberg 7, Leclerc is 8, Carlos Sainz 9, Stroll 10, Bottas 11th, Ocon 12, Albon 13, Gasly 14, Ricciardo 15, Magnussen 16, Zhou Guanyu has moved up to 17, Magnussen 18th, Hamilton 19th, Logan Sargent 20th. So the reason why I'm mentioning all these positions is because no one has crashed. Sometimes, almost every time at the start, at the first corner, the first lap, people crash. They haven't crashed. So that is why I'm mentioning all the positions so everybody knows that no crashes have happened so far. Leclerc just passed Hülkenberg. What happened to Ferrari? Ferrari was 8th and 9th. Now Leclerc went up into 7th. So now Carlos Sainz also passing Hülkenberg. Carlos Sainz also passing Hülkenberg. But Hülkenberg staying close. His wing looks like he's about to hit Carlos Sainz, but no, Carlos Sainz takes the position away from Hülkenberg easily. Yo, Russell actually wants to pass Piastri. Russell trying to pass Piastri, that's for 5th place. So Russell trying to get past Piastri for 5th place. Is that Mercedes better than McLaren? We'll have to find out. I would say Alonso has done a very good job in 2nd place. I would have loved to have seen if he could get past Verstappen, but of course Verstappen's a very aggressive driver, so he wouldn't have let him go easily. I'm making no ground with this tire. What tire is Hamilton using? Soft. Hamilton is on soft tires, he's not making any ground. Maybe just drive better? Like, I don't, like, it's very hard to know exactly what the issue is with Hamilton, but he does like to complain instead of just drive at his best. Instead of just being the best driver he can be with the tools given to him, he always likes to complain, and that's a little bit sad, you know. I think that is why in Ferrari he's like, I do believe Ferrari is a better car than a Mercedes. I do believe that. So Albon complaining about Ocon. Albon very unhappy with Ocon, man. The Alpine driver. So yeah, in the end it came undone, they say. Hamilton diving on the inside. So he's making all those complaints and eventually passes Zhou Guanyu. So I believe Perez is lining up Alonso. I could be wrong. What is this noise? I'm hearing a noise. I don't know what that noise is. Perez is gonna get DRS and he might probably try and get past. The difference here is Alonso is very good defensively. I just don't know if Alonso can keep that Red Bull behind him. Okay, so at the moment, Verstappen cannot lose his victory. Verstappen is driving, he's already 3 seconds ahead of everybody. It's just the 4th lap. So 4th lap and Verstappen is already 3 seconds ahead. Has built a 3-second lead over the 2nd place position Alonso. On board with Lewis Hamilton, 18th position. Please do not complain anymore, Lewis Hamilton. Do not complain. Just drive, please, bro. That is all you're contracted to do, is drive that car. Whatever car they give you, try and do the best that you can do in that car. Please do not complain. I'm only saying that because it's just tiring, man, to hear him complain every time. Like, George Russell is in 6th place. The guy's like a world champion. Hamilton is in 17th place. He has nothing to... Like, there's something wrong there, bro. Oh, man. DRS. So, Perez has DRS and he's still gonna get past Alonso? That makes no sense. Yeah, so every single DRS zone, if you don't know what DRS is, it's like a drag reduction system where they allow the car behind following at least 1 second, 1 second or less. Oh, he's very close. Whoa. Dude, Alonso couldn't do anything, man. Alonso could not do a thing, man. Alonso was trying to keep Perez behind him, but Perez is now up into 2nd place. Alonso is in 3rd place. Five seconds, so 5 laps, 5 seconds. 5 seconds ahead is Verstappen of the 2nd place position Perez, his teammate. Dude, I am so confused as to what's happening. What's happening, bro? Like, I'm actually confused because it's like, yo, I must say, Alonso really tried, eh? Alonso really tried. Dude. Yeah, so Lance Stroll also passed Hülkenberg. Yeah, Lance Stroll definitely pushed Hülkenberg off the track. Whoa. So Magnussen also got passed by Lewis Hamilton. Remember, Lewis Hamilton's down at 17th place, man. It's lap 6 and he's still down in 17th place. The only thing that's happening now is that Mercedes does not belong at the bottom. And just the fact that Lewis Hamilton qualified at the bottom, that is the actual catastrophe. That is Lewis Hamilton. That he qualifies in a car that is clearly not bottom 16 or 17. He's qualifying 18th and then complains on the radio and still his car proves that he is not supposed to be there because his car is just way faster than those cars. Faster than the Haas, faster than the kick car. The Sauber kick of Zhou Guanyu. So Alonso is still trying to stick with Perez. Russell might actually try and pass Piastri. So the only guys that are going to do any passing right now, it seems, might be Norris. Norris on Alonso for 3rd place, and then Russell on Piastri for 5th place. Leclerc is actually on top of Russell as well. So Leclerc and both Leclerc and Russell are trying to attack 5th place Piastri. And then we've got Bottas. Bottas is attacking Hülkenberg. So that's for 10th place. Bottas attacking for 10th place. And then we also have Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda trying to attack Ricciardo. Ricciardo is being attacked by Yuki Tsunoda. In the sister, Cash App, Visa, RB, V-Carb as they call them. Hamilton also pressuring Yuki Tsunoda. Hamilton pressuring Yuki Tsunoda. And in turn, Yuki Tsunoda pressuring Ricciardo. So Hamilton has to pass Yuki Tsunoda. And will probably pass Ricciardo as well soon. Is that the crowd? Is that the crowd making that noise? Oh, so that is so. Unfortunately, Lando Norris passing Alonso. Lando Norris passing Alonso, and all I could hear was the crowd, man. It was such a strange noise. It doesn't sound like a crowd, but then when you listen closely, it does. Like I didn't expect that to be the crowd. That is what I'm trying to say. He pushed me wide, he ran me off track, and that is Albon, I believe. So Albon getting aggressive against Gasly. Albon not allowing Gasly to pass. So Verstappen now 6 seconds ahead of Perez, 6th place, sorry, 2nd place. And then Norris in 3rd, 4th is Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, Alonso. Lewis Hamilton. 4th is Alonso. I do apologize, I just woke up like 40 minutes ago. So I'm still trying to find my bearings. Alonso 4th, Piastri 5th, Russell 6th, Leclerc 7th. Carlos Sainz 8, Lance Stroll 9, Bottas 10, Hülkenberg 11, 12 Alonso, sorry, 12 Ocon, 13 Albon, 14 Gasly, 15 Ricciardo, 16 Yuki Tsunoda, 17 Hamilton, Magnussen 18, Zhou New 19, Logan Sargent 20th. So Leclerc is trying to pass Russell. Russell so far is doing a very good job defending, almost mimicking Alonso. Here we go, Leclerc passing. And look, oh. Whoa, that's so dangerous, man. That front wing of Russell could have easily pushed Leclerc off the track, easily. Albon Gasly incident, turn 14, pushing driver off the track. Okay, so clearly this race is a straightforward race, nothing special happening. Which is sad, man. Alonso was trying to make it interesting. Alonso was trying to pass Verstappen right off the bat, right at the start. Alonso was trying to pass even Verstappen. He did get past Perez. But unfortunately, Verstappen was just ahead of him. Dude, it would have been cool if Alonso got past. But it probably wouldn't have helped too much, to be honest. Because Verstappen would have eventually passed him within 2 laps. And no other driver would have capitalized there, to be honest. The big issue in Formula 1 is tire management. Tire management is the biggest issue in Formula 1. If drivers have to manage their tires, they are less likely to push to their maximum. And that is the problem we have. We have seen this. I'm just looking at the graphics. Oh, pits. People are going to the pits. Okay, good. No further action for Hülkenberg and Stroll. Yeah, so it's very clear that the tire management issue is playing a massive factor. In Australia, Verstappen was passed by Carlos Sainz, and then eventually we found out why, because Verstappen had a brake failure on the right side. The rear right brake failure caused Verstappen to retire from the race. I'm very salty about that race, I will not lie. I'm very salty because I actually lost money there. I put a bet and I still lost money, and I didn't even bet that Verstappen was going to win. That is the worst thing about that race. So, but let's just move on from that. I shouldn't be, shouldn't be breeding on that same issue the whole, for the whole year. But it does, touched me up a little bit wrong, you know. But so ultimately, what I'm trying to say now is that tire management was the same issue in Melbourne, Australia, and the reason why I'm making that point, and the point I'm trying to make is simple, is that in Australia, a Ferrari was leading. The Ferrari is not the fastest car on the grid. The Red Bull is the fastest car on the grid. And even Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari, no one could touch the Ferrari. And the Ferrari isn't that much faster than everybody else. And guess what? Tire management played a role that everybody else would not push to the limit, will not attack to the limit. And ultimately, tire management is the reason why Formula 1 is the way it is right now. This is the ultimate problem. I'm not sure why it takes these FIA Formula 1 bosses this long to realize if you want to make Formula 1 competitive again, the way it used to be, and I'm talking about just climb into the car, drive the wheels of the car, as it was in the 90s, 1990s. The only way to do that is to have tires that last. Tires that last. Now, I think it's already too late for that. And the reason why I say it's already too late for that is because now teams have realized that tires do have a life expectancy, and tires will only perform in a specific window. And only because these tires perform in a specific window will it be necessary for them to push in a specific window and to at least, you know, manage their tires properly. Because I guarantee you, even if for some reason the Formula 1 bosses say, hey, you know what, we don't care about tire management anymore, you guys have to start racing, we're going to tell Pirelli, yes, that's the tire producer, the tire supplier of Formula 1 is Pirelli. Even if the F1 bosses tell Pirelli to make a tire that lasts the whole race, even then, the teams will know that, guess what? Those tires have a specific window that they will be optimal in, and that will mean that we would rather pit specific pit stops and change tires to have the best possible speed of the car on track. That would actually mean that probably the best way for them to manage this whole, to remove this whole tire management is to not allow people to pit for tires. And then Pirelli is forced to make tires that last the whole Grand Prix. And not only that, but Pirelli is going to be forced to take responsibility for all the tire failures, because I guarantee you there will be tire failures at the first or second Grand Prix of those races where the tires are supposed to last the whole Grand Prix. And then as soon as Pirelli have dialed in their tires, then we might see actual like real racing the way it was supposed to be. But I think tire management is the main issue. Formula 1 bosses, the Formula 1 management are trying so hard. They are trying so hard, the Formula 1 bosses, to do all these car designs. Oh no, the car has to be like this, the car has to be like that, the car shouldn't be this big, the wings should be like this, the car's design should be like that, to avoid any dirty air to go from behind the car, to make it easier for the car behind to follow. All of those designs mean nothing if there's tire management. And Formula 1 management didn't think about that. Like, think about that for a second. These Formula 1 bosses are so smart that they have all these rules about aerodynamics. No, the car should be this aerodynamic so the car behind can follow the car in front. But guess what? They didn't think about tire management. The main thing about the main reason why cars drive conservatively, why tires are being conserved, why tires are being managed, why people are driving slower. Driving on the outside, Hamilton passing Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda is in 16, Hamilton now in 15. People are pitting, so keep that in mind as well. Yuki Tsunoda now wanting to repass Hamilton. Yuki Tsunoda trying to repass Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton defending Yuki Tsunoda, and Yuki Tsunoda is saying, no, 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 no. I'm going to try and attack you. So Leclerc is on the radio saying that he's happy to continue on the same tire, which is a medium tire, to go longer, but that's the pace. Verstappen pitting. What tires are they giving him? Dude, 2.1 second stop for Verstappen, dude. 2.1. Red Bull team are on fire, bro. 2 seconds for Perez. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Red Bull, crazy to imagine that they are so competitive. Not only is their car the fastest car on the grid, the fastest car in Formula 1, their pit stops are the fastest in Formula 1 as well. It's insane and consistently fast. It's not just one weekend. They are always fast. It's not like Ferrari, like, oh, now we have a very fast pit stop. No, they're always fast. So Leclerc is in second place. Lando Norris is in first. Leclerc is 6 seconds behind Lando Norris. Russell's in ninth place, which means Russell pitted. Fernando Alonso making a pass on Albon, I believe. Oh, passing Logan Sargent. Pierre Gasly. Dude, what is wrong with Alpine, dude? Alpine can't even properly put the wheels on the car, man. Alpine pit crew, like the Alpine team and as a whole, the car as a whole, disaster, man. I don't know, man. So right now we only have who do we have? Russell seems like he might be catching up to Alonso. Lance Stroll is about to challenge and attack Magnussen for 9th place. We have that's about it. Now we also have to understand that Leclerc is yet to pit. Lando Norris is yet to pit. Lance Stroll passes Kevin Magnussen. Lance Stroll, just as I said it, Lance Stroll has passed Kevin Magnussen. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The only issue with Formula 1, really, and in reality, the main issue with Formula 1 is very simple. The problem is that there's tire management. And the worst thing about this is tire management wasn't always a thing. It wasn't always a thing where you had to manage your tires. Tire management was a new thing. A new thing as soon as they started bringing in Pirelli. When Pirelli tires came into the mix, when the Pirelli supplier supplied Formula 1 with tires, there was a problem with the tire management. Everybody started realizing the tires aren't lasting long enough. So they had to pit. And that is when Formula 1 said, you know what, there's no more no more need to refuel the cars. If you don't know this, these cars do not get refueled in the pit stop. They used to get refueled in the pit stop. They no longer get refueled. Fastest lap of the race, Verstappen, 1 minute 39.5. 1 minute 39.5. Verstappen passes Leclerc. Remember, Verstappen pitted. He's out of the pit. He now passes Leclerc. 4th position. Leclerc hasn't even pitted yet. I would say that the main issue is Formula 1 should stop doing these aerodynamic regulations. The issue is the tires. Car is so slow. So now Lewis Hamilton's complaining about slow car. Dude, Lewis Hamilton, just drive the car, please. So Hamilton trying to pass Ocon, and he's complaining that the car is so slow. Russell is driving the same car, Lewis. Guess what? Russell is in 8th place. He's not down in 14th, 15th place, man. In fact, Lewis Hamilton, Russell actually made Q1. You couldn't even qualify and into Q1. So you've got a big problem, buddy. You have a big problem, Lewis. Look, I believe Lewis is going to be more competitive in the Ferrari. I think Lewis made the right decision for himself. Lewis made the right decision for himself to go to Ferrari. There is no doubt in my mind. Now Sergio Perez also attacking a Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. Perez on the hard tire, Verstappen on the hard tire. So keep that in mind. They're on hard tires and they're attacking people on medium tires. So now Ferrari is back on their ABC plans, which is very concerning, to be honest, because every time they mention those plan letters, you have to assume disaster is going to strike. They will mess it up somehow. But I would say Ferrari is way better now than they used to be. They're in a much better place now. Ferrari used to be the laughing stock, a clown show, but they're no longer the clown show they used to be, which is interesting. Carlos Sainz has to go into the pits. Carlos Sainz goes into the pits while being passed by Perez. So Verstappen fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 39.5. 1 minute 39.5, fastest lap of the race for Verstappen. Verstappen is now chasing down Lando Norris, 3 seconds behind Lando Norris. Dude, this is the main issue in Formula 1 is tire management. I am absolutely 100% sure of it. I'm 100% sure that tire management is the issue in Formula 1. They need to get a different tire supplier, or at least try to ask Pirelli to make a tire that lasts the whole Grand Prix. If Pirelli fails to do that effectively, they have to approach other tire suppliers. They have to, dude. I'm sorry to say this. Ever since Pirelli joined Formula 1, we had this tire management nonsense, and it was all because Pirelli tires were like clay. They would literally lose pieces of the tire, and it just like it was. There was no reason for that. Verstappen is already on top of Lando Norris, man. Verstappen is already on top of Lando Norris. This is ouch. So Perez have pitted, Alonso have pitted in first place, Russell pitted, Piastri just pitted 2 laps ago, Stroll I believe pitted as well. The only one that hasn't pitted yet is Leclerc and Norris at the top 10. Dude, I am confused, man. Because this is such a boring race. I'm just confused why Formula 1 hasn't realized that the tire management issue is the problem, is one of the problems. I do agree there's more than just a tire problem. But the tire problem was one of the first things introduced in Formula 1. Like the tire management thing was the first thing introduced in Formula 1 because Pirelli joined. And the fact that Formula 1 management can't come to that conclusion and do something about it is crazy. Dude, that Red Bull is so fast. It looks like that McLaren is standing still, dude. That Verstappen goes on the pit straight, and it looks like that McLaren is standing still. Dude, Verstappen, bro. New leader, Max Verstappen. Well, he's not a new leader. He would have been the leader regardless. Because Verstappen would have anyways, you know, not have needed to pit. And Lando Norris would have gone into the pits. So who else is going to challenge? So it seems Ricciardo might challenge Yuki Tsunoda. So Ricciardo might be passing Yuki Tsunoda. That's going to be interesting. Logan Sargent might pass Zhou Guanyu. Dude, if Logan Sargent passes Zhou Guanyu, I would call that a W, man. I will call that a W if Zhou Guanyu passes. So Ricciardo's passing. Daniel Ricciardo passes Yuki Tsunoda pretty easily, man. Ricciardo, okay, I'm gonna be honest. We like everybody in Formula One, in the Formula One community, was complaining about Ricciardo's pace and everything. But guess what? Ricciardo said no. There's something wrong with the car. The car isn't. There's something fundamentally wrong with the car compared to Yuki Tsunoda's car. Guess what? They changed the car. They changed the chassis, it seems, for Ricciardo, and guess what? Ricciardo is now out qualifying and out racing Yuki Tsunoda all of a sudden. That is very strange, very odd. That's very odd, man. That's very odd how Ricciardo is actually making his point clear that there might be an issue with the cars. The cars are not equal. And that in turn might actually show that anybody acting as if these cars are 100% equal. Valtteri Bottas out of the race? Oh, his engine. Valtteri Bottas' engine is destroyed. It's smoking. Valtteri Bottas' engine smoking. He's bringing out a yellow flag. Engine is gone. So that's a Ferrari engine. That's a Ferrari engine, bro. So maybe a virtual safety car, maybe not a yellow flag. Yellow flags would mean, okay, actually it would be a safety car. That would mean that they would all get close together, but whatever. Yeah, so Valtteri Bottas race is done and dusted. Carlos Sainz attacking Lance Stroll. And then Lance Stroll was attacked by Carlos Sainz. And then Carlos Sainz immediately locked up, and then Lance Stroll went past. So Carlos Sainz passes Lance Stroll into the corner, locks up. Lance Stroll repasses him back. Yeah, so they're doing yellow flags, virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. So no one is allowed to pass. So into the pits goes Leclerc. That's a very good thing. So Leclerc is pitting under the virtual safety car, which is a very good thing because remember they will lose less time. Because it takes about 25 seconds for a pit stop to complete from driving in to stopping to getting the tires changed and then leaving and then exiting the pit. It takes about 25 seconds. So that is why that is a very good thing because this virtual safety car pushes all the cars, forces them not to go too fast, forces them to a specific speed, tells them to stay in position, not to pass anybody. But Leclerc still comes out in 5th place, so he definitely lost some positions. Lance Stroll also going to the pits, coming out. I personally don't know, man. So now Lando Norris comes in. I don't understand. Oh, he crossed the white line there. He crossed the right side white line, but I'm guessing that doesn't really matter. It's only if he crosses the left white line, maybe. Because that's definitely, they definitely get the penalties for crossing white lines at the exit of the pits. Oh, now they're slowing completely, huh? So Russell is now in 6th place. Russell's in 6th place. That's a very good job from... oh, what was it? Russell or was it Hamilton? It's Hamilton that came out. Oh, sorry. But Russell's still in a very good position. 6th place. Russell is ahead of Carlos Sainz. He's ahead of Piastri. Russell's in a good place, man. Russell, the Mercedes, is in a good position. I want to see where he finishes. But I'm also very concerned because this race is already finished before it even started, man. Perez is 18 seconds behind Verstappen. Dude, Perez, can you please, Perez, please push more, man. Full safety car coming soon, that's for sure. They are trying to push the car, but the car is not a neutral. So they are trying to push the Formula 1 car. The car is not a neutral. I'm assuming the reason why the car is not a neutral is because Valtteri Bottas assumed that these guys will have like a crane to pick up the car and just put it on a truck or like just move it differently, you know. These poor marshals. And again, Verstappen goes into the pits. Oh no, that is Perez. Oh no, it's both Perez and Verstappen into the pits. Both Perez, both Verstappen into the pits. Pitting again. What tires are they putting on? Let me get my data so I know exactly what they're doing with the tires management situation. And I can have some more data as well. Lap 24. Okay, you can... Alonso also in the pits. Safety car coming out. Safety car coming out. Full safety car, which means everybody's going to be right there together. Okay, please don't do this. Okay, so Verstappen is back on hard tires? Why would he pit on hards and go back on hards? Interesting. They put him twice and they put him twice on hards. And is that the same for Perez? Perez is also on hard tires. So they put him on hard. So the first pit stop was they put him on hard tires. And then the second pit stop they did it because of the safety car. And now they're back on hard tires. Why? Makes no sense. So let's see who else have pitted twice. Leclerc pitting twice as well. Leclerc, no. That's not pitting twice. But yeah, there. Okay, so that is Perez. Perez pitting twice, yes. And then we've got Alonso pitting twice. Alonso's on soft tires. Alonso's on soft tires. Why would Alonso be on softs? Russell is on second. Russell's on 2 stops as well, on hard tires. Stroll is also 2 stops. Hülkenberg, 2 stops. Ocon, 2 stops. Hamilton, 2 stops. Yeah, now the commentators are pointing out that Lewis Hamilton is just negative in that car. That's absolutely true. Unfortunately, Lewis Hamilton doesn't really want to say anything positive about the car or just race. Just focus on your race, Lewis Hamilton. That's all you have to do. That's all that has to be done. Focus on your race. Drive the best you can drive, because ultimately that's going to help you be as best as you can be in the Ferrari. Because I'm telling you now, that Ferrari is not going to drive itself. Just as the same as that Mercedes is not driving itself. You need to handle that car. You need to take responsibility for your driving, no matter what car you're being put in. That is the job of a Formula 1. That is the simplest way to explain the job of a Formula 1 driver. Is they're forced to drive a car, whether or not the car is the fastest or not. They have chosen to sign the contract with that team. They have chosen to drive for that team. So they have to drive whatever car that team gives them. And that is why Lewis Hamilton needs to stop talking. And I did what when I say shut up, but he needs to shut up and start driving. Because he's always complaining about the same thing. Oh, that car running so much faster than me. Oh, the tires. Why did you guys put me on the tires? Oh, this car is so slow. Like, he always does the same. Just drive, bro. Drive the best that you can drive. Because I can promise you, if you can drive that Mercedes very well, that Ferrari is going to be driven just as well. So, or better. Hülkenberg incident with Logan Sargent noted. Safety car infringement. What is going on? So just to keep you updated, there's a safety car out on track. No one is racing. Safety car out on track. No one is racing because they tried to remove Bottas's car. Bottas's car's engine was failed. The engine failure on Bottas's car caused him to park on the side of the road. And they decided to be safe, to give the marshals enough time to keep the marshals safe so they can remove that car without fearing for their lives. So that's why the safety car is out. It's not really a big deal. There's no crashes. Nothing really special happened. It's just a car that retired. And they just want to be safe. Make sure that the marshals are safe while removing the car. That's it. Okay, so their safety car will come in very soon. Safety car is coming in very soon. And that means that we will no longer have to drive slowly. Everybody's going to drive fast and push the car. Everybody's going to push the car, be as fast as they can be. So Verstappen just warming up his tires crazy. Like it looks like he's driving erratic when he warms up his tires. Safety car ending. Verstappen is controlling exactly what he needs to control. Alonso is saying, hey buddy, I'm on soft tires. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get past you guys. And then Verstappen just pushes, and now he's ahead. He's far ahead. Verstappen is pushing his car. He's restarted the race. What is Alonso going to do? Because I'm interested to know what Alonso can do with those soft tires, man. Alonso is the only one gambling on the softs. All the top teams are on hard tires. Alonso's like, no, I'm going on soft. I'm going to attack you guys. I believe Alonso dropped, didn't he? He dropped the position. Yuki Tsunoda damaged his car. How did Yuki Tsunoda damage his car? His right rear tire is damaged. The wheel is basically off the rim. Contact with Magnussen. Contact with Magnussen, man. Daniel Ricciardo got... So Ricciardo got hit, but how did Yuki Tsunoda get hit? Oh, there we go. Magnussen hit the side of Yuki Tsunoda. So basically what happened was, when the race restarted, when the safety car went into the pits, the race restarted, then Lance Stroll hit the back of Ricciardo. Ricciardo's whole rear was lifted up into the air, almost on top of the car. So basically Lance Stroll was almost driving underneath Ricciardo at one point, and it was all because of Alonso going as slow as possible at the first corner. Again safety car. Again safety car. Yeah, so again we have the safety car out, man. Safety car is out, so we have to wait for that to see what's gonna happen there. Safety car out. We're waiting just waiting to see what's gonna happen. Waiting to see what the safety car is like. Lando Norris has a second opportunity to try and get next to Verstappen, man. Second opportunity to get next to Verstappen and try and basically not be left in the dust. Carlos Sainz was passed by Fernando Alonso. Yeah. So now we've got Yuki Tsunoda's car is being removed from the track. Yuki Tsunoda's car being removed from the track. Interesting, man. The safety car is making this race just a little bit... It's making it worse because we already know that Max Verstappen will stay in front. If Max Verstappen was not in front, if Max Verstappen was like 6th place and he had to push through because of pit stops, we're watching again how Lance Stroll whacked the back of Ricciardo, almost drove underneath Ricciardo. It's pretty bad, man. Floor damage on Ricciardo's car. Yeah, Hulkenberg couldn't do much, man. Zhou New fans on the side of the road. Why? Because it's China, buddy. Zhou New is Chinese. Okay, I think we have enough. We have seen enough of that whack. I'm very happy that they're showing this, but this is enough now, man. Come on. Dude, if the only thing that makes Formula 1 interesting is watching two cars crash over and over, the same exact moment, repeat, replay it over and over, then that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. But dude, that Aston Martin almost went absolutely underneath that V-carb, which is Ricciardo's car. Dude, it looks the clouds, the sky is so weird, in China. Why is the sky so smoggy? So much. I don't know what that is. Is that pollution? Because I do know about the smog in China, so I'm guessing that is the smog. Smog is definitely some type of pollution and stuff. Come on, Norris, try and get next to Verstappen this time. You have a second opportunity. No, it's still safety car is still out. Safety car is still out. No one is doing anything. Very interesting, man. The problem is Lando Norris knows his place. He knows that he can't fight Verstappen head on. And that's kind of sad, man. I would love to see Lando Norris be a little bit more motivated to get past Verstappen. Lando Norris' father. There's no racing happening. Safety cars out. Okay, so safety car is ending. Safety car is ending soon. Verstappen and his racing engineer are making fun, saying that the marbles on the road, if you don't know what the marbles, the reference to the marbles are, those are the tire debris. So if you race your tire long enough, there's some pieces from the tire get left behind on the racetrack. And the commentators normally call it rubbering in the racetrack, and that causes some type of rubber from the tire to be left on the track, and those form what we can only call marbles, like small rock type formations. They are not rocks and they're not that hard, but that's basically what it is. And the green flag is going up. Max Verstappen is doing the exact same thing, man. Yep, he's doing the exact same thing again. So we are back to racing, lap 31. Yeah, Max Verstappen is gone, man. Max Verstappen is gone. Alonso is trying to get close to Perez. Alonso trying to get close to Perez. He is definitely sticking. Oh, he went wide. Alonso went wide. And unfortunately, Perez is going to lose. Let's go on board with Alonso. Let's see what Alonso... I'm going to focus solely on Alonso because I think Alonso is going to do something. Do I do that? Because then I won't hear the commentary. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's see what Alonso can do. So Alonso is now behind Perez. Will Alonso be able to catch up to Perez and hopefully pass him? Now they're on the straight. Will Alonso be able to pass Perez? Dude, like, Alonso took the soft tire specifically because of the opportunity of what he can achieve compared to the rest of the cars. But of course, it's a very short duration tire. It only lasts in a very short window. So let's see. Come on. Nah, that Red Bull is just way too fast, man. I would say the gamble on the soft tires for Alonso does not seem to be paying off, man. And also we saw him go wide at the start. And Ricciardo is slowing down, and that has to be something to do with his damage on his car. Yeah, DRS enabled now. DRS is enabled. The funny thing is, Norris is sticking with Verstappen. Mode 7, Ricciardo says it has no rear. Well, he will have no rear because Lance Stroll destroyed his rear, man. Driving right into the back of him. Lance Stroll is dead last. How is that possible? Logan Sargent penalty. For what? Safety car infringement for car 2. Safety car infringement for Logan Sargent, 10-second penalty. Lance Stroll, 10-second penalty for causing a collision. Lance Stroll got 10-second penalty as well as Logan Sargent, man. Sargent is in 13th position. Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen also getting a penalty for crashing into Yuki Tsunoda. Lando Norris 2 seconds behind Verstappen. Leclerc 4 seconds behind Verstappen. Lance Stroll and Kevin Magnussen fighting each other heavily. And then Magnussen is coming back again. Magnussen coming back again. These two are fighting each other, man. These two are fighting each other heavily. Whoa, the Haas is faster than the Haas is faster than the Aston Martin. But again, he goes into the inside. Lance Stroll can't do anything, man. Dude, this is interesting racing between... This is very good racing between Haas, Kevin Magnussen. Oh, dude, Magnussen is better than Lance Stroll, for sure. For sure. Kevin Magnussen is better than Lance Stroll, because you can see every time Lance Stroll makes a move, he gets in front of the Haas, and then the Haas of Magnussen says, no thank you, you're not going to get it. Yeah, unfortunately Ricciardo had to retire, his car was destroyed. Both V-Carb cars, Yuki Tsunoda and Ricciardo. Both of them were destroyed by other cars, interesting. But I would say, I think Ricciardo is doing better. Ricciardo is proving that there might be some merit behind his accusation that there's something not right with the car that they've given him, because now Yuki Tsunoda is complaining that his car isn't driving the way it should. Hulkenberg coming out of the pits. So it seems Logan Sargent is given a penalty, but the penalty doesn't make sense. Again, FIA are a bunch of clowns. Like, why does it seem like every year a different part of Formula 1 are given clown recognition? Because right now FIA is absolutely clowns with the way that they are managing the rules in Formula 1, specifically this year. This year is probably the worst we've seen from the FIA and their penalties. Logan Sargent is given a 10-second penalty for the most bizarre way of judging a penalty. He's given a penalty because there's a line at the exit at the pit lane, and someone exited the pit lane, and because the first person to cross that line between the exit at the pit lane and the person is on the track is now automatically in front of the other car, and the other car can't pass. That is the most, like, it's very hard to explain this, but let me try. So there is a line at the exit of the pit lane. And the only way to know if someone is crossing that line is if you have a camera. No, a driver cannot see if the guy in the pit lane has crossed that line because there's a wall. There's a barrier between you and the pit lane, of course. So even if Logan Sargent wanted to avoid that penalty, he wouldn't have been able to avoid it. And FIA are clowns for giving him that penalty. Because that is impossible. He would not have been able to avoid that. And that is not a penalty. It's basically like a joker. You are basically telling the guy, no matter what you do, buddy, you will get a penalty. I don't care if you do whatever you could not to avoid it. You had no chance of avoiding this penalty. And here you go. There's a penalty for you. So the penalty on Logan Sargent is absolutely ridiculous. The most ridiculous penalty I've ever seen. Like, first I thought, oh yeah, it's Logan Sargent. He normally gets penalties, you know. It's nothing really strange. But now I know why he's getting a penalty. And now I'm like, whoa. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous to give Logan Sargent a penalty for that. That is absolutely ridiculous, man. It's actually sad. It's very sad that they are giving someone a penalty for that. It would be physically impossible for Logan Sargent to have known that Hulkenberg has crossed the line first at that moment because Logan Sargent was on the race track and Hulkenberg was in the pits. So it would have been impossible for him to know that. Dude, FIA, they are a bunch of clowns, man. Like, first I don't know why every part of Formula 1 are making turns to become the next clowns. First it was Ferrari, now it's the FIA, man. It's ridiculous. Absolute ridiculousness, man. Clown show, man. So it seems that Alonso's soft tire did not hold up. Soft tire strategy did not seem to, unless if you take the fact that he passed Carlos Sainz. But I guarantee you, Carlos Sainz is going to come back at Alonso. Dude, I'm so animated because it's not right, man. You cannot like give Logan Sargent a penalty for something he's done wrong, but that is not wrong. That is him crossing a line that is between him in the pit lane, and somehow he's supposed to know who's going to be crossing that line first. Come on. The guy in the pit lane is not the guy on the racetrack, so why would they even, like, that doesn't make sense, man. Does not make sense. That just doesn't make sense. That penalty on Logan, like, the problem here is that FIA are enforcing rules that doesn't make sense. The rule doesn't, there is no sense to be made there. The guy exiting the pit lane can't automatically compete with the guy crossing the same line on the racetrack. There is a fundamental difference between being on the racetrack and being in the pit lane. If that is not understood, then I don't understand how these FIA personnel have got the jobs, man. I don't understand how they can be managing and putting and supervising this race when they can't even distinguish the difference between a car being on a racetrack and a racing car being in the pit lane. Exiting the pit lane. I will just clarify to emphasize that Hulkenberg was exiting the pit lane, and Logan Sargent was already on the racetrack and he was passing the pit lane. Perez moving in, passing Leclerc. Perez moving past Leclerc. Perez moving past Leclerc. Leclerc says, no, buddy, I'm not going to give you that position so easily. So Leclerc says, no, I'm not going to give you a position so easily. Let's see if Leclerc can actually catching up on the straight. I want to see if he's going to get the DRS on the straight. He should get the DRS, but would he pass him? That's the question. Come on. Make sure you got a good... No. Yeah, Perez is already gone. Perez is gone, man. Perez is gone. Okay, so this is a boring race, man. I don't like to say these things because it just doesn't mean anything. There's no point to say these things, but I can't help it, man. This is a boring race. Boring race. So basically we have what damage? So Piastri has damage on his McLaren. So McLaren Piastri's got damage on their car, and the damage is from Ricciardo being hit by Stroll, which, you know, unfortunately hit Piastri. Mercedes versus Haas. Whoa. Lewis Hamilton spinning all over the place, man. Hamilton is in 10th place. Hamilton's in 10th place. So Lewis Hamilton trying to size up Haas Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's car is not as fast as Mercedes. The fact that he's staying so well in front of Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, is pretty good, man. Lewis Hamilton passes him. Yeah, I'm just trying to see, will Hulkenberg be able to pass, but no, it doesn't seem like he'll repass Hamilton. Like, it's a good move from Hamilton, but remember, it's a Mercedes versus a Haas. A Mercedes Formula 1 car versus a Haas Formula 1 car. There's nothing special here. The fact that Lewis Hamilton hasn't passed him quicker, that is the problem. Haas is not as fast as the Mercedes, I'm sorry, man. It just isn't. So yeah, so the crowd in China are actually reacting to everything, man. I'm telling you, like the crowd is reacting to everything that's happening. Like the car is locking up, cars are locking up, cars are sliding, cars are doing whatever. The crowd reacts. It's pretty interesting. Logan Sargent is gonna be passed by Kevin Magnussen. Dude, FIA are a bunch of clowns, man. That penalty they gave to Logan Sargent is the most ridiculous penalty I've seen yet. Like, if it was if there was like a 50-50, like, should he have gotten a penalty? Should he not? Like, there's no dispute that he would never have been able to avoid a penalty, which means that penalty is a disaster. It's a joke. They set him up for failure, man. They set him up for failure. That is what they're doing. And that is bad, man. If you're setting the drivers up for failure, then there's something wrong with you, man. There's something wrong with your department. If you're a department in Formula 1 and you're setting up drivers to fail and they have no chance, then that's ridiculous. So 8 seconds ahead is Verstappen. Remember, there was 2 safety cars. 2 safety cars and Verstappen is still 8 seconds ahead. Perez 3 seconds behind Lando Norris. Will Perez actually catch up to Norris? We don't know. I'm gonna be honest, this is now boring, man. The reason why I'm saying this repetitively is because, first of all, tires are the main reason why Formula 1 is less competitive, because they have to manage tires. If Formula 1 drivers did not have to manage tires, then there would be a way different situation. Okay, so what else can I say, man? Verstappen first, Lando Norris second, Perez third, Leclerc is in fourth, fifth is Carlos Sainz, sixth is Russell, seventh Piastri, Hamilton eighth. Hamilton will surely pass Piastri. Piastri's car has got a problem, so I'm saying Hamilton will already pass Piastri. Ninth we've got Hülkenberg, 10th Ocon, 11th Albon, 12 Alonso, 13 Magnussen, 14 Logan Sargent, 15 Gasly, 16 Zhou, 17 Stroll. Alonso is trying to get faster lap of the race. Alonso trying to get faster lap of the race. Alonso's in 11th place? What's he doing in 11th? Yeah, so those soft tires were a disaster for Alonso. They had to put him again, and he's basically down. Alonso 1 minute 37.8. 1 minute 37.8. Will Verstappen still be able to beat that? I don't know. Alonso passing his old teammate Ocon. Ocon did not make it easy. They were actually fighting there for a few laps, huh? But Alonso is just better than Ocon, man. There's nothing else to say about it. So Alonso is going to pass Hulkenberg next. I want to see Alonso passing Hamilton, man. That's going to be interesting. So actually Alonso, even though he dropped down from 5th place, he's actually making things more interesting right now. Alonso getting closer to Hulkenberg. Remember, if Alonso gets closer to Hulkenberg, Alonso's going to get closer to Hamilton. If Alonso gets closer to Hamilton, we might see some fireworks between Hamilton and Alonso. Honestly, this is self-inflicted. Aston Martin could have easily stayed at 6th place, being happy with their 6th place, but no, they had to go on soft tires. And Alonso goes past Hulkenberg. So Alonso is now chasing down Hamilton. Alonso chasing down Hamilton. Why is Alonso's car so much faster than everybody else in front of him? So let's see now. Alonso versus Hamilton. Alonso versus Hamilton, what's gonna happen? Will Hamilton make it easy for Alonso? Will Hamilton fight Alonso? All will be revealed very soon. Oh, Alonso almost crashing. But he caught it. Alonso almost crashes like Carlos Sainz did in qualifying, and then immediately saves his car and still catches up. Dude, Alonso almost crashed This is exactly what Carlos Sainz did, dude. Almost crashed. Yeah, he's passed he's passed Hamilton. Alonso passes Hamilton, even though he crashed. He almost crashed. He almost crashed the previous few corners back. He almost crashed, and he still passes Hamilton. Whoa! Dude. Yeah, show us on board. What did he do? Oh. Dude. The fact that he caught that is interesting, huh? On board it doesn't look that bad, but when you see him sideways. He's already passed Oscar Piastri, dude. He's already passed Oscar, but he's got 11 seconds he needs to make up. Nah, there's no way, man. Is there a way? So Guan Yu, 15th place, man. Good. Dude, I don't know how Alonso is doing it, man. How is Alonso doing it? Everybody. Passing Hamilton, yeah. Oh, that's Piastri. Dude, interesting. It's interesting. Interesting strategy from Aston Martin. Instead of just letting Alonso go on hard tires, they're forcing him to you know, on medium tires at the end of the race, and now he has to redo everything that was undone. All they had to do was put him on hard tires, and he didn't have to do all of these passing. But I will say it's very entertaining. It's definitely from a person that watches the Grand Prix. This is way more entertaining, seeing Alonso do these things. Alonso is now 10 seconds behind Russell. Remember, it was 11, now it's 10. I don't think he's gonna make up to a Russell, man. I don't see that. I don't see that. Norris is faster than Perez. Miami is the next Grand Prix, so before I forget, the commentator has reminded me Miami would be the next Grand Prix. Five laps to go, man. There's no way Alonso's gonna get 6th place, man. Never say never, but it will be very interesting if Alonso can do that. I just don't think he will be able to do it, man. Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent fighting against Pierre Gasly. But the funny thing is, I don't think Logan Sargent... I think that's an old one, man. Dude, they were doing a replay of something that happened a while back. They were showing a replay of Logan Sargent passing Gasly, but that is so many laps back. Like that happened almost more than 20 laps before, so that's ridiculous. So McLaren says that they might be challenging for wins at the end of the year. So that is their technical director, the person in charge of the car development, the person in charge of McLaren's car development, is saying that they will start to challenge for wins near the end of this year. So that is going to be very interesting, because remember, the internet does not make someone forget their words. So if he says that and it's not going to come to fruition, or at least challenge for second place consecutively, then that's going to be a problem, man. Like, get second place consecutively, because Perez is the only weak link in Red Bull. Perez is the only weak link in Red Bull. So as long as Perez is not performing to his utmost, then these McLaren drivers, Ferrari drivers, these guys, even Mercedes, can get second place. Fernando Alonso, maximum attack, trying to catch Russell. Whoa, what? Oh, save 7 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Alonso is not gonna catch Russell, man. I'm sorry to say, I would like to be proven wrong, but Russell will not be caught by Alonso, man. 7 seconds. Alonso is not gonna, like, he's very fast. I do agree, he's very fast, but he's not fast enough, man. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. So Verstappen in front, they're watching Verstappen. Verstappen just relaxing in front, doing his classes. So Guan Yu to 14th position. So Guan Yu up into 14th position. Good job, man. Yeah, there's definitely a different atmosphere in China, man. Very different atmosphere in China, that's for sure. I do like the way that the crowd reacts to everything. Like, it's very interesting, man. And they all react almost at the same time. Gasly. So Zhou Guanyu wants to catch Gasly. Do it. Yeah, there was some damage on Zhou Guanyu's car, and the end plates of the front wing, the left side of the front wing, was flying off. You just saw sparks and then flying debris there for a second. So 2 more laps remaining. 2 more laps remaining. 2 more laps remaining. So that debris that we were talking about, it seems that Zogwan's debris might actually have affected Verstappen, maybe, because he said that he was driving over the debris, and now he's saying that, you know, his team needs to just check. Final lap. Final lap. Final lap, boys and girls. It seems like Max Verstappen is trying to get fast lap of the race at the last lap. I think Max Verstappen trying to push for fast lap of the race at the final lap. Final lap coming up. Alonso 5 seconds behind Russell, but he could not catch Russell fast enough, unfortunately. Yeah, he's driving slowly. Okay, so it's not fastest lap. I think he made a mistake at the last corner and then realized there's no chance. Lando Norris second. So first Verstappen, second Lando Norris, third Perez, fourth Leclerc, Carlos Sainz fifth, Russell sixth. And then Alonso 7th, Piastri 8th, Hamilton 9th, 10th, Hulkenberg 11th, Ocon 12th, Albon 13th, Gasly, Zhou 14th, Magnussen 15th, Stroll 16th, Sargent 17th, which is last. Good job, good job, good race from Verstappen. Unfortunately, boring as always. Look. Verstappen is the greatest driver in this era. Unfortunately, I don't care if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, if you're a Schumacher fan, whatever. Lewis Hamilton had his era, Schumacher had his era, Ayrton Senna had his era, Alain Prost had his era. This is Max Verstappen's era, and unfortunately, no one is going to stop him, man. No one is, like, I remember in 2021, just at the just before the start of the 2021 year, I watched some documentaries on Max Verstappen, especially when he was you know, just driving as the junior driver for Red Bull's sister team, which I don't remember what was it called? What was the old? I think it was called Toro Rosso. So Toro Rosso was the sister Red Bull team's name when you know, Max Verstappen joined Formula 1. And when I saw how he was driving, like, basically I watched like someone taking all of Max Verstappen's races and then showing you, compiling it together, and then I saw it, and then I realized after watching that, especially when he was racing against Ricciardo in the Toro Rosso, and the team told him you need to slow down for Ricciardo, and then Max Verstappen said no. He was very, you know, very emotional, very angry at his racing engineer telling him he needs to slow down for Ricciardo while racing. He said no. And that is when I realized, at that point, when I realized how much Verstappen enjoys racing, that is when I realized that, okay, Verstappen isn't just an ordinary driver that's just there to get a paycheck. Verstappen isn't in Formula 1 to get a paycheck. Verstappen is in Formula 1 to build a legacy. Verstappen is in Formula 1 because his dad, an ex-Formula 1 driver, gave him all the tools and the knowledge he needed to be the best he can possibly be in Formula 1. And that is what we are seeing. But even with all of that said, the only issue I have with Formula 1, with Max Verstappen in Formula 1, current day, but Lando Norris thought he needed to go to the pit lane, but unfortunately, no, you needed to go to the. That is very interesting. So unfortunately, Lando Norris did not park his car correctly at the pit straight where he was supposed to. Dude, so basically what I'm saying is the only issue I have with Max Verstappen, remember, I don't have many issues with Max Verstappen. Because I do agree with 2021 that he was the rightful winner. I do agree with that. He led the majority of that season, and Lewis Hamilton was the one trying to beat Max, not Max Verstappen trying to catch up and beat Lewis Hamilton. So yeah, so they're giving Zhou Guanyu his own parking spot on the main straight, which is interesting. That is very interesting. It's kind of unfair if you think about it, because doesn't seem too normal. But well, okay, fine. Yeah. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say is the only issue I have with Max Verstappen, the only issue, especially current day Max Verstappen, is he seems very spoiled. Seems very spoiled. Though Zhou Guanyu trying to act very emotional. I do agree with it's a very emotional situation, but very interesting. That is all I will say. Very interesting. But yeah, so this is a very good job from Max Verstappen, but the only problem is I think he's very entitled, man. I think he's spoiled. He just acts very spoiled. That's my only concern. He's a very talented driver. I think he's probably more talented than most drivers ever in the history of Formula 1. That's how far I would go as far as to say that Lewis Hamilton's got nothing on Max. Even if they put Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in the same exact car, then trust me, Lewis Hamilton would not be able to do what Max Verstappen is doing. And the reason why I say that is because Max Verstappen is young, man. He is so young that he's got so much to learn, and he learns it. He knows what he needs to do. He's just very good at what he does. Max Verstappen is the best at what he does. There is no doubt in my mind that if you put Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery, especially now today, Lewis Hamilton has got no chance. I don't even, like, trust me, I want to see Lewis Hamilton go to Ferrari. Because I agree with Lewis Hamilton. His opportunity at Mercedes is no longer there. Mercedes is no longer the team that's going to provide him with the best car that he could have. So I agree with Lewis Hamilton that he needs to go to Ferrari. But do I think he's going to win at Ferrari? If he wins 1 or 2 races, good. But remember, he is aiming for a championship. He's aiming. So I don't think so. I don't think Lewis Hamilton will be a champion I don't think Lewis Hamilton will be a world champion again. And that's unfortunate. Many Lewis Hamilton fans won't agree with me, won't accept it. But Lewis Hamilton, his time has come and gone, man. Verstappen was beating them in machinery that was subpar. Beating them in the worst machinery, and especially at his debut. But still, I do agree that Lewis Hamilton needs to go to Ferrari. Let's see how good Lewis Hamilton can be in a better car, because we all know Ferrari is a better car than Mercedes. So there I would not disagree. And then we'll find out if Lewis Hamilton is going to still cry on the radio, or if he's actually going to deliver. If he delivers, then great, because I do want to see some competitiveness between him and Verstappen, I mean. And we just don't see it anymore. We don't know. We don't see it. We don't know if Verstappen will ever be beaten. And you know, it's just hard. The only way Verstappen will be beaten is if Verstappen's Red Bull is slower than everybody else. That's the only way. Thank you so much for joining this episode. See you in the next live stream, hopefully. Ciao for now. Next race, Miami. See you then. Ciao for now. Next race is 5th of May. Next race, 5th of May, Miami. See you then. Ciao for now.